probably going to be knocked out. You don't want to leave yourself with 0 energy in play. So, I mean, there's always the switch in your discard pile already. Josh has used 2 junk arms, I believe, so maybe he doesn't have access to another junk arm to switch the Magnezone out of the active spot, so he could be worried about leaving the active with no energy, but
He's
probably take the
debating as
risk.
well. Look at him. He's debating as well. But he decides to actually leave the energy on the active.
Okay.
Obviously, like you said, maybe he just doesn't have access to that junk arm. Um, Jason wouldn't know that,
Yeah.
but you can't really fault the guy. Obviously, given the situation, he just went with the play that he thought was best.
Yeah, I think what Josh did was actually probably the safer play, in my eyes.
Yeah, obviously because his opponent will have to use 2 energies to knock out his Magnezone, leaving both sides of the field pretty much equal. And at least you won't have to use that switch or that junk arm for the switch at least.
Yeah, now, another thing maybe Josh is thinking of is, hey, if my opponent wants to knock me out with his Magnezone, he's going to have to Lost Zone both of his energy on the field, so he'll also be left with 0. But what he didn't take into account was the Pokemon that Jason just shuffled into his deck, which was Pachirisu.
Yeah. So now we did see another Magnezone come into play for Jason. Just again equalizing the board. It's kind of like a mirror match. If you're gonna knock out one of my Magnezones, I better get another one in play as soon as possible. That way I don't fall behind.
Yeah, once you run out of Magnezones, I mean, your draw power is gone, and you run out of the ability to equalize hand size. You really rely on Judge and Copycat, which you only run so many of. So we'll see.
That's a Pachirisu off that collector, getting both lightning energies into play against that. So that's big. That is actually really big. Now at this point, you're going to have so many more energies in play than your opponent. You can really just mess with him. And he decides to Law Zone 1 energy off the active and 1 off the Pachirisu. At this point, I'm not really sure why he left an energy on the Pachirisu, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't really see a reason to do that. I don't think it'll be a big deal in the end. But there's no reason to not leave both energy on the active Magnezone. There's really nothing Josh can do to knock you out. There's not even a threat of a black belt because you're tied in prizes. Not that anybody would really run that anyway. So, yeah, strange play from Jason, but in the end, probably not going to impact anything.
By the way, I don't believe they're tied in prizes. It's kind of hard to see, but on the bottom right-hand corner, I see the 5th prize for Jason.
Yep, you're correct. So even more unlikely that black belt would help. So we'll have to see what Josh does here. He's still ahead by a prize, and I mean he might just attack with Yanmega. I don't know what other option he has.
That collector actually just fetched a Yanma. I find it really interesting because I would have gone after a Magnemite, but we also saw him discard a Magnemite to that Sage earlier. So maybe he only runs 3 Magnemites. Maybe the 4th one's prized. I don't know, but I really would have liked to see a Magnemite come into play right now.
And I guess this is what else you can do. You can Eek.
Oh, buddy. Not good. Whatever advantage you might have had is negated by the fact that you've had to Eek right now.
Yeah. Not a good situation for Josh, and he wakes up.
All right. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate for Josh. I really thought... Well, I didn't think he had a stranglehold on the game by any means. I really thought he was ahead.
There's a reversal, and we got a heads finally from Jason.
All right, so now the fact that he has that Pachirisu's energy in play really just puts him, I want to say, miles ahead. You no longer have any Magnezones in play of your J-Wittz.
Yeah, he's going to lose all of his draw power. I mean, fortunately he has 2 Yanmegas in play already, but he might just fizzle out and not be able to get enough attackers to finish out the game. He still has to draw 4 prizes. There's absolutely no damage on Jason's field right now. So, if I'm Josh, how do I possibly take 4 prizes?
Yeah, Jason used a collector right now, and he didn't find anything, so that's something to note. Now he does Law Zone away all 3 of his energies, knocking out the opponent's Magnezone and tying the game up at 4 prizes apiece.
Yep.
At this point in time, I really think that Jason just pulled it off, man. Jason seemed to be a little bit behind, but that reversal was crucial, and you're in good shape if you're Jason here.
Yeah, I mean, the deciding factor here is does Jayson have a switch? Because if he doesn't, then he might be in some trouble. That Magnezone has a 3 retreat cost. He's going to give Josh a free turn to attack if he doesn't have a switch. So really, I think that's going to be the only way Josh can capitalize in this situation. Otherwise, he's going to be in some trouble.
Yeah, Josh is going for a junk arm here. If I'm Josh here, I'm really looking at... Jeez. Trying to find a way out. I think if I'm Josh here, I'm really going to try to get a Kingdra in play. That Kingdra is going to be able to get your opponents within, or the linear attacks to deal 50 damage, basically, to any of your Pokemon, so you can start knocking out these Yamas on the bench.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jayson right now has 2 50 hit point Pokemon on the field. Both of his Magnezones are rare candied, which means Josh could hit them for 40 with a linear attack, and then 10 with a Spray Splash, and then use that Jirachi that he just shuffled in to de-evolve them for an easy knockout.
And I think Josh just thought the same thing we did, because he's going after that Kingdra.
Now this will be a crucial turn of events. If Jayson for some reason can't evolve one of those Yanmas next turn, Josh should be able to take 2 prizes with no problem. Just 10 on the Yanma, then a linear attack for 40, that's a free prize. And maybe this is the way he can get those last 4 prizes.
Yeah, I mean, essentially he does have 2 prizes here, unless, obviously, Jayson evolves one of the Yanmegas. But that's 2 prizes. That means that he's only got 2 prizes to go. That's, even though you don't have a Magnezone in play, that's not unthinkable.
Yeah, one of the other factors will be if Josh can keep evening hand sizes. Not exactly easy when you don't have a Magnezone out, depending on how many judges and copycats are in his discard pile right now. But, I mean, it's a lot of ifs at this point.
And it looks like he just did Spray Splash and a linear attack to knock out one of the Yanmas.
Now, if I'm Jayson, I'm thinking, where's my switch? Where's my switch?
First I was thinking, where's my Yanmega? But that was kind of quick. So, and now you really, obviously, you want to start attacking with the Yanmega to be able to get back in the race, in the prize race. That Magnezone's obviously not going to be doing much for you.
Yeah, because if I'm Jayson, I'm just looking at Josh's field, and I'm thinking, wow, there's one easy prize on the bench Yanmega, there's another one on the Cleffa. That means I really only have to take 2 prizes with Magnezones the rest of the game to win. Alright, sign me up.
Yep, so that was a communication, I believe? No, that couldn't have been a communication. He just shuffled something in and didn't take anything out.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh. Yeah, but it just didn't seem likely that he would.
I mean, he doesn't want to bench anything else at this point, so maybe he just wanted to draw more cards off Magnetic Draw, try to draw that switch.
That's a good point.
Yep, so he's playing a Collector as well to thin his hand.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, Kyle.
I do what I can. So,
Alright, so let's see here.
I believe he's... has he used both Magnetic Draws at this point?
I don't think so, but that was a reversal right now. The reversal was Tails, obviously, and he was just reversaling, I'm sure, to be able to draw an extra card. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to the magnetic draws, though. I doubt he has so far, though.
Because if he doesn't get a switch this turn, that could get ugly. And looks like he's passing.
Oh, man. Well, that's unfortunate.
So yeah, this will be Josh's opportunity to really take control of the board. If Jayson could have gotten a switch that turn and started attacking with Yanmega, then I would have said, by all means, Jayson probably has this game in the bag. But now I'm not so sure.
All right. Well, if I'm J-Wittz here, I'm thinking, hey, here we go. I have a really good shot here. I think at this point, you really wanted to. Oh, that's a reversal, man. Mm-hmm. That is an old school reversal. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Yeah. And he gets heads for it too.
All
that's
the way
a reward.
From Expedition, huh?
Yeah, I believe you. I don't remember what set it was, but I believe you. Sounds about right.
Yep.
So that heads on the reversal means that he's going to be able to. Well, I thought he might have gone after a Sonic Boom on the Pachirisu, but reversaling this Magnezone doesn't seem that bad either. Obviously, he's struggling to find the switch, so you're going to make him pay for it. And at this point, I think I'm going to be doing I'm going to be going for a Jirachi win, obviously. Now, how I'm going to be going about it is kind of weird. I might just Sonic Boom and deal 10 to the benched Magnezone, or maybe 10 to the Pachirisu. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to be Sonic Booming this turn, I believe. That's 10 on the benched Magnezone, and the video stopped.
Yeah. Huh. Well, unfortunately, we ran out of battery on our camera for this game, so it got cut off probably at the worst moment possible. But fortunately, we did get to catch the end of it.
Oh, buddy. All right. Do you want to tell the fans how it went?
Yeah. Josh has told us, thankfully, and we were there to watch. So we told him that we weren't able to record the rest of the game, so he made it perfectly clear to us that he won with the coolest play possible. He took an easy prize and then followed it up with spreading damage on 2 different Magnezones, and he finished it off with Jirachi devolving 2 Pokemon at the same time to take his last 2 prizes. So Josh moves on to 4-0, defeating #1 rated player in the world, Jayson Harry. And all I got to say is, wow, congratulations.
So, I'm just guessing here because I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to assume that both Magnezones were killed by Jirachi and that the Pachirisu was knocked out with a Sonic Boom. So that implies 1 more heads on reversal, but not impossible.
Hey, I mean, Jason still had to take 4 prizes. Josh only had to take 3, so hey, it's not totally unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the advantage that Kingdra provides. That Kingdra means that you only have to deal 50, or you deal 50 damage right away, not 40.
So with that, that'll wrap up our Swiss game from Worlds 2011.
Correct. Josh Wittenkeller ended up at 4-0 at that point, and Jayson Harry dropped to 3-1.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, and we'll have some more videos from Worlds coming up soon. So we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot, guys.